Well, good morning, Facebook. Good morning. I don't know why I'm making a video, but I am. So, I have a dilemma. And my dilemma is this. Okay, so the day in the life of Wendy is when she has nothing to do, she picks things up and she starts to sing. And then you realize, oh, I'm getting so old. Oh my God, I'm getting so old. I'm like 52, and I think I'm not getting where like Cher and Dolly Parton are at this point, but it sure isn't me. Just saying. So I was sitting here thinking about what my music and how it sucks. It's okay though, because I'm calm down. People, calm down. It's fine. I'm okay. It's kind of lost upon me, I guess, but I still have fun doing it. I want to pick up a guitar someday, but hey, I may not do that either. But it's okay, because I'm calming down. It's good. Everything's good over here. We are doing great here, though. I am actually doing wonderful. Well, okay, so, like, okay, maybe not wonderful. I mean, I don't know. So I work, like you all know, for Spectrum Mobile. And I get like, I don't know, maybe 30 to 50 calls a day. And there are such thing as stupid questions. I'm just saying, and I'm putting it out there. Questions, some of them are stupid. I'm not kidding. Like, voicemails and stuff, you know? How do I get to it? You did just dial your number, you're fine. And there's also a button over here, but I get all these different calls, like, why is my bill so high? Why is my data over? Why, blah, blah, blah. So I get all that all day long, and I have to hear people's problems all day long. It's just like being a therapist, and I feel bad for my therapist now because I realize probably what I put my therapist through when I talk to him. Then again, I mean, they're there for a reason. I do have a therapist, by the way. I do go to therapy. I have to, otherwise this crazy head of mine will be crazier. And then I'd end up in like the mental ward somewhere, because my therapist is great. Helps me with all my mental incapabilities that I go through on a daily basis. I don't know why I'm making this video, but I figured I'd say hi to everybody and see what everybody's up to or down to or over to. I don't know what you're doing. And I understand that it snowed in Bethel. And I'm sitting back going, because I got rain. I mean, see my kitties? I got rain, only rained, no snow, and it was warm. And it wasn't really that bad. It was a little bit raw, but I moved and made the right decision, I think, because now I don't have to deal with the snow and the power outage right now. But anyway, you know, Bethel's that small town, you know, that I'm glad I'm out of. Not to say that I didn't love Bethel sometimes, but, you know, people talk. People like to talk in Bethel. And I'm not saying it's just Bethel. It's everywhere, but people do like to talk about other people. And it is a small town. And people know everybody's business, apparently. But it's okay because I have nothing to hide. Yeah, maybe. Hang on. Let me think. Okay, maybe just a few things. I gotta hide a few things because we don't want the world to know everything. The skeletons in my closet, you open that thing up, they fall on you. Every skeleton bone falls on you, and you're buried underneath skeleton bones. That's where the closet is. I mean, I've got skeletons in there so high, we could probably open that door and be, like, buried in skeleton bones. It's all, I mean, think about it for a minute. Everyone has skeletons in their closet, right? And if you don't, then there's something wrong. I mean, if you lived a perfect life, go ahead and say it. Because I sure haven't. And I have a cat over here, right? And she, I got to get her fixed. She's in heat. Let me show you. Oh, come here, baby. No, she decided she was going to run for me. Anyway, there's nothing worse than all day long going, I mean, it's constant. I mean, that's all I hear. I mean, it's been like a long time now. And it's almost like she's, I'm going to tell you right now. I wish I was as happy. Well, okay, never mind. I was going to say something, but I don't think it's appropriate, so I'm not going to. I was going to say, it's a cat in heat. I wish I were in heat like that, but no, it doesn't. I mean, my cat's happier than I am right now. Well, I wouldn't say happier because she hasn't gotten any thing. Because she's still going. But anyway, like I said, I live in this, I used to live in this small town, about this big, right? So now I live in this town that's this big. Of course, I don't know anybody here, but that's okay, because guess what? Nobody knows me. I get away. I don't have to listen to the gossip, or the people talking, or anything like that. You know, because sometimes you wonder. You walk by someone down the street and you go, I wonder if they're talking about me, but I wonder what they're saying, because it looks like they're talking about me. Is that paranoia? Yeah, I think that's paranoia. Maybe that's paranoia. But anyway, I live with bipolar disorder, and I do get a little bit of that paranoia in my head sometimes. It's not bad. But let's talk about mental illness for a little bit, because I think that's a stigma that people just throw, you know, and they say, oh, God, she's crazy. Oh, my God. And I'm not. Well, okay, I am a little bit crazy, but people think we're crazy. I mean, mental illness, people with mental illness are just, there's something wrong with you, right? So mental illness can consist of, let's see what we got. Mental illness consists of things like bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, PTSD, you know, and you know, what's that, BPD? Oh, personality disorder, schizophrenia. You know, a bunch of things are linked into mental illness. Some of us have certain mental illness that we deal with. Mine happens to be bipolar disorder. If anybody wants to learn more about bipolar disorder, I'm here to give you a little lesson in that, because some people think, whoa, my God, something's wrong. But there really isn't anything wrong with us. We just have things in our head that we have to deal with. Like, you know, we live up here, and my brain always thinks about things and I get paranoid, and I think about things, and then I think about, you know, I worry a lot. I worry about things that I shouldn't worry about, you know, and why am I worrying about this? It's taking up too much time, because everything takes space and rent in your head for free. So let's go there for a minute. I deal with sometimes mania, and mania is hugely exciting sometimes. Yeah, but you know, I have not been arrested. That's a good thing. But it is, mania is almost like that euphoria sometimes, where it's almost like taking a med that you take when you want to get high. But we do it naturally. But then we got the downside of that. You get manic, and then, you know, your brain gets a little irritated and angry at things you don't know what you're angry at, really. You take it out on everybody around you, and then everybody's looking at you funny because they're saying, oh, my God, she's crazy. And that's where they can call you crazy, but she's crazy. But calm down. It's okay. I'm not crazy. I'm just going through a phase. Bad part of that is we come down just like a drug and get depressed. Now, depression is so huge. I mean, the suicide among people with mental illness is huge. And that needs to kind of end. I think the stigma of being mentally ill has to end. I think there needs to be more help for us out there on, you know, on our ends. If we need like someone to talk to, we should have someone to talk to. Families should be in our lives. Families should not say, oh my God, there's something wrong with her, she's different. We're not different. We got to define the word normal. How do we define the word normal? Is there such a thing as normal? I mean, you know, people think we're not normal. Well, we are normal people. We have feelings, and sometimes stronger than yours. Our feelings are heightened. So when I feel something strongly enough or passionately enough, it heightens, right? So we get a heightened sense of emotions. And, sometimes a heightened sense of ourselves, where we think we can do anything and everything because we're on top of the world. But I still haven't accomplished being on top of the world yet. I still struggle. I struggle every day to wake up in the morning and say, what kind of mood will I be in today? I don't know. And a lot of times, so what's wrong with you? Well, you know, a lot of time they'll come up to you and say, what's wrong with you? And you'll go, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. And sometimes we don't know what's wrong. We just are there in our head. And then I hate the fact that people say, get over it. You want to, I'll get over it. I'll get over it when you do. Because, right, that's the worst thing you could say to somebody in a state of mental illness is get over it. Because there is no getting over it just like that. Not a chance. So, those of you who say that, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you how to get over it, because it'll happen, and I won't be pleasant. And there are times I'm not a nice person, and it depends on my mood, and I can say things I probably don't mean, and some I probably do mean, but don't worry about that. Calm down. And we have, certain other things that go along with, like, I don't know a lot about schizophrenia or personality disorder. I do know a lot about ADHD, and as you know, there's a lot of people out there who have mental illness who suffer as a drug addict as well. So, and I deal with that in my life. Not me personally, but I do have a close family member that deals with that. So, then COVID came around and everyone with mental illness was going crazy, more crazy than we already are. I get that. And it's hard, and it really is. But you know what? You say to yourself, it's okay. Because we are able to feel what we feel when we feel it. Listen, I got meds, I take meds, and thank God I do. But I when I'm not on those, I am just irritated all day long. And if it's a constant annoying irritation. Then I have to irritate everybody around me, right? So then they don't want to be with me. And, I was diagnosed, by the way, in my 30s. I am now 52. And I live my day, and I have a great job, and I work for a wonderful company, and I get paid well. But there are days I want to walk away, and I have to remind myself not to do that, because I've done it way too many times in my life to count, right? So I'm just going to give you a little bit of that. Now, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back with some humor. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm not sure if, I don't know if I could be a comic. I can be funny, like when I'm not being taped, but then I go, ugh, no, I don't know what to say. So calm down. It'll be okay. But anybody who wants to learn about mental illness and bipolar disorder, or any sort of major depressive disorder, or needs help, or needs to reach out to someone, I'm going to put my email address and my Facebook profile, of course, down at the bottom of the page here, or down there, down there. You look down there, it's almost like the Brady Bunch. Here's a story of a woman named Wendy. But we'll put that down at the bottom, and then we'll talk a little bit. I could probably go on about, guys, if I joke about this, it's not because I'm just because I have it. I'm not disregarding a bipolar disorder or any mental illness, but sometimes it's kind of a good outlet for humor, and I think we hide behind that a lot anyway. So anybody who wants to know, holler at me. We'll figure it out, right? Ta-da!